What is the compound effect? Before diving into the summary, it's essential to understand what Darren Hardy means by the compound effect. Let's start with a simple but powerful example from the book. Imagine you're given two options. Option A, take $3 million in cash right now. Option B, take a single penny that doubles in value every day for 31 days. Which one would you choose? Most people, without thinking too deeply, would go for option A. Why? 1. It's an immediate large sum of money. 2. There's no waiting. Just grab the cash and go. 3. It seems like the obvious smart choice, but if we apply a little math and look closely, the outcome is shocking. That single penny, doubled daily for 31 days, grows to over $10 million, specifically $10,737,418.24. Surprised? That's the magic of compounding. By choosing the penny, you'd end up with more than $7 million extra compared to the one-time $3 million. This dramatic difference illustrates the true power of small actions taken consistently over time, what Darren Hardy calls the compound effect. Let's break it down further. Choosing the penny represents a small step, but one that pays off massively over time. This same principle applies in real life. Success doesn't usually come from big, flashy moves. It comes from small, smart choices made day after day. Take another example. Imagine you're trying to lose weight. You decide to cut down on sugar and eliminate junk food from your diet. At first, nothing changes. You don't feel much different, but after several months, you step on the scale and realize your weight has dropped from 150 kilograms to 80 kilograms. That's a 70-kilogram transformation, all because of one small, consistent decision to eat healthier. Initially, it may have seemed insignificant, but over time, the results became undeniable. That's the power of the compound effect. Small decisions, repeated consistently, lead to massive changes. What's even more amazing is that this principle works in every area of life: health, finances, relationships, career, and more. I remember applying this principle myself when I was younger. I desperately wanted to buy my first mobile phone, but no one was going to gift it to me. I had to earn it. So I made a plan. I saved 70% of my pocket money for an entire year. That meant no parties, no new shoes, which was tough because I'm a bit of a shoe freak, no new clothes, and no eating out. I sacrificed all of that to reach my goal. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. When I finally bought that phone, I became the first among my friends to own one. That small daily decision to save money instead of spend it helped me achieve something I really wanted. You might find this story amusing, but the truth is, I had unknowingly applied the law of the compound effect. I took a big goal, buying a phone, and broke it down into daily actions. That's how powerful this principle is. Think about it. Have you ever saved money to buy something? Maybe a phone, a laptop, a car, property, or even to start a business? If so, you've already used the compound effect, whether you realized it or not. The big idea of the compound effect. At first glance, the compound effect might sound a bit technical, but once we break it down, its simplicity and power become crystal clear. The core idea is this: small, smart decisions made consistently over time can be far more impactful than dramatic, short-term changes. Let's look at an example to make it more relatable. Imagine three close friends: friend A, friend B, and friend C. They're all wealthy, carefree, and inseparable. They love attending parties, spending lavishly, and living recklessly, thanks to their rich parents who cover all their expenses. But life takes a sharp turn. One day, all three face a major life challenge. Before that moment, they had made very different choices. Friend A decided to change his lifestyle. He began cutting just 100 calories a day and committed to reading at least 4 books a month. Friend B chose to slow down a bit. He stopped partying, but spent his time watching TV and movies at home, often with a beer in hand. Friend C made no changes at all. He continued with the same reckless habits. No effort, no improvement. 3 years passed. Then tragedy struck. A plane crash took the lives of their parents. Suddenly, these 3 young men were left to face the world alone. To make matters worse, their parents had taken out business loans that hadn't been repaid. Creditors swooped in, selling off all their properties to recover the money. Overnight, they lost their wealth, support, and security. Now the question is, which of these 3 is most likely to survive and rebuild? The answer is clear. Friend A. Over those 3 years, he became physically fitter by cutting calories daily and mentally stronger by reading consistently. While others were relaxing, he was preparing. Now, when life tested him, he had the resilience, health, and knowledge to navigate through the storm. Friend B might manage to scrape by. Watching TV and films might have taught him a few survival tricks, but his growth was limited, and there's no certainty he'd cope well. Friend C, on the other hand, would be in real trouble. Years of no effort, poor health, and a passive mind would leave him unprepared. Most likely, he'd end up relying on the others, or someone else, to help him out of the crisis. So what's the real message here? While friends B and C were busy enjoying life, friend A was investing in himself. He sacrificed temporary pleasures, parties, money, and comfort for long-term growth. And when adversity hit, he was the only one truly ready. This story beautifully illustrates the essence of the compound effect. A small, smart choice, like losing just 100 calories a day and reading 4 books a month, can lead to massive transformation over time. It may not look impressive at first, but the results compound and become impossible to ignore. You can apply this in your own life, whether it's your health, your finances, or your personal development. Small steps taken daily can radically shape your future. Darren Hardy sums it up with a simple yet powerful formula. Your decisions, choices, plus your actions, behaviors, plus consistency over time equals success. Let's now explore each element of this formula with relevant examples. Choices and decisions? According to Darren Hardy, the only difference between someone who is poor, unhealthy, and unhappy and someone who is wealthy, fit, and fulfilled comes down to choices. The life you're living today is simply the result of the decisions you made yesterday. Think about it. If you're a doctor, an engineer, or a business owner today, it's because at some point in the past you chose that path. Your current reality is a reflection of your past decisions. Likewise, if today you decide to start losing weight, your future will reflect that choice. People will start noticing and saying things like, "Wow, you look slimmer? Have you lost weight? You look so fit these days." They won't know when you made that decision. All they'll see is the result, the version of you shaped by that one powerful choice. In essence, you become the physical manifestation of your decisions. There's a quote that captures this beautifully. Success is the product of many small, smart decisions made consistently, while failure is often the result of the good decisions we never made. So, if you want to improve your life, the first place to start is your decision-making process. And In my experience, I can only make good decisions when I pause and think critically. I don't know about you, but I've made choices in the past that still make me cringe. For example, I remember once as a kid, I got angry at another boy for teasing me. In a burst of rage, I picked up a rock and threw it toward him. But instead of hitting the boy, the rock smashed the windshield of a nearby car. I knew there were cars parked in that area, but I was so consumed by emotion that I didn't even think about the consequences. That impulsive decision got me into a lot of trouble. What I'm emphasizing is this: before making any decision, big or small, take a moment to think. Ask yourself, is this going to benefit me in the long run? What are the pros and cons? Will I regret this later? When you ask better questions, you make better choices. Let's revisit the earlier example from the introduction. You're given two options. Take $3 million in cash right now, or receive 1 cent that doubles every day for 31 days. What would you choose? Let's analyze it logically. If you choose the penny, you'll have 2 cents on day 2, 4 cents on day 3, and so on. Meanwhile, I've chosen the $3 million cash and already spent some of it. Let's say I'm frugal and still have most of it by day 20. At that point, your growing penny stack may only have reached around $5,000. But then something interesting happens. Compounding kicks in. By day 31, your humble penny has multiplied into over $10 million, while I'm left with whatever I didn't spend from my original $3 million. So what's the lesson? We both made a choice and took action. I went for instant gratification, a one-time gain. You chose slow, steady growth. Over time, your small, disciplined choice proved to be far more powerful. Now, apply this concept to real life. That $3 million I grabbed, that's like all the things we chase for instant pleasure. Binge eating sugar, staying in bed all day, drinking heavily, or splurging without purpose. These give us a quick high, but not long-lasting value. On the other hand, the penny-a-day choice represents small, consistent habits. Waking up early, going to the gym, cutting down on sugar, reading 1 book a week, or signing up for that long, boring, but valuable course. These might seem insignificant at first, but over time, they shape a stronger, wiser, healthier version of you. That's the real compound effect. It's not about making huge leaps overnight. It's about the tiny, often invisible choices you make every day, the ones that seem boring or difficult, the ones no one applauds you for. But if you keep showing up day after day, those little efforts will take you further than you ever imagined. Patience in the compound effect. Patience is the secret ingredient that makes the compound effect work. Without patience, you might give up before the results ever show up. Think back to the example of the person who chose the 1 cent option that doubled every day. He didn't become a millionaire overnight. It took time, consistency, and faith in the process. The same principle applies to real life. Whatever action you take today, whether it's in your health, finances, or habits, you won't see immediate results. If you decide to lose just 100 calories a day, you won't notice any change after a single day, or even a week. Likewise, you can't build muscles in 1 workout session. Real transformation takes time. But here's the reward. After days or weeks of discipline, the results finally begin to show. Darren Hardy explains that the build-up stage is the most critical phase of the compound effect. That's where growth is silently happening beneath the surface, even if you can't see it yet. Whether it's a small step toward improving your body, managing your money, or strengthening your relationships, it might seem insignificant at first. But over time, it becomes a source of joy, pride, and long-term success. There's no magic trick that can instantly create success. The real answer is simple: consistency and patience. And the best part is, this principle applies to every part of your life. But here's something important to remember. The compound effect doesn't just work in the positive direction. It can also lead to failure if used the wrong way. Imagine this. You and your friend both decide to lose weight by cutting 100 calories daily. You both start strong. But after just one day, your friend gets bored and goes back to eating fast food. You, however, stay focused and continue your workouts and healthy habits. After a few weeks, the difference becomes obvious. You look slimmer and more energetic while your friend hasn't changed, or might even look worse. So what happened? Same principle, same decision, but completely different outcomes. Why? Because your actions were consistent and your habits were aligned with your goal, while your friend gave in to short-term comfort. The compound effect doesn't discriminate. It simply multiplies whatever you feed it, good or bad. The compound effect in health. The compound effect can be a powerful tool in creating a healthier, more fulfilling life. If you're overweight or feeling out of shape, you don't need a drastic change to turn things around. You just need to start small and stay steady. For example, cutting out extra fat from your diet may seem like a minor change, but over time, it can help you avoid diabetes and enjoy a healthier life. Here are a few small, everyday actions that demonstrate how to apply the compound effect to your health. Try going to bed 30 minutes earlier than usual. Over time, this will improve your energy, mood, and mental clarity. When you crave something sweet, choose fruit instead of chocolate. Start hitting the gym, even if it's just a few minutes at first. It's far better than sitting and snacking at home. Replace alcohol with water. It hydrates you, improves digestion, and helps your body function better. Walk instead of driving when possible. These short walks add up, burning calories and strengthening your heart. These small changes may feel unremarkable in the beginning, but when repeated consistently, they lead to major improvements. That's the magic of the compound effect. You don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight. Just take the first step, then take another. Eventually, those steps turn into a path to a healthier, happier you. The compound effect in finances. One of the smartest ways to build wealth is by applying the compound effect to your financial habits. If you talk to wealthy people and dig into their stories, you'll often find a common thread. They didn't get rich overnight or through massive, risky moves. Instead, they made small but smart financial choices, repeated consistently over time. Here are a few practical ways you can use the compound effect to grow your own finances. Open a dedicated savings account and deposit a fixed amount daily or weekly based on your income. Choose affordable alternatives over expensive items when possible. This helps you save without sacrificing value. Try intermittent fasting or skipping breakfast occasionally, not just for health, but also to save money. These may seem like small sacrifices, but over time, they add up and build a strong financial foundation. Remember, it's not about how much you make, it's about how wisely and consistently you manage what you have. The compound effect in self-development. If there's one area where the compound effect delivers the most powerful results, it's self-development. Developing your mindset, skills, and self-awareness doesn't require a revolution. It requires consistency. To grow continuously and stay self-motivated, commit to lifelong learning. Here's how. Read for at least 2 hours a day or aim to finish one book each week. Make writing a daily habit, whether it's journaling, storytelling, or reflecting on your thoughts. Dedicate an hour each day to take an online course or learn a new skill. If you're not fond of reading, listen to audiobooks or educational podcasts. These small steps compound into confidence, clarity, and personal power. Over months or years, the growth you'll experience will be transformational. The compound effect in business. Many people believe success in business comes from one big breakthrough, but that's far from the truth. Real business success is built on steady, focused effort. Even legendary investor Warren Buffett didn't become wealthy overnight. His success is the result of decades of compounding effort, wisdom, and discipline. To apply the compound effect in your business, enroll in business courses to sharpen your knowledge. Attend workshops, training sessions, and lectures to learn from others. Read business books to gain deeper insights into strategy and leadership. Set small milestones for your business and track your progress. Connect with professionals who can guide or mentor you. When you start from a strong foundation and grow step by step, you build a business that's not just successful, but sustainable. Conclusion. There are no limits to what you can achieve through the compound effect, as long as you approach it with honesty, consistency, and commitment. I truly believe that whatever your dream is, you can reach it. But you must begin today. Many people fail not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they give up too soon. They expect results to fit into their comfort zone, but that's not how this principle works. The truth is simple. To see real change, you must sacrifice convenience. You must stay patient and stay the course, even when it feels slow, boring, or hard. The compound effect rewards those who don't quit. So, whatever your story is, whether you're trying to get healthier, save more, grow your skills, or start a business, I hope this message inspires you to take that first small step and then the next. Let me know your story. I'd love to hear it.